was your perception about a Mani Ratnam heroine?
Oh my God. I don't know what to say, because for me, like anytime somebody asked me who do you want to work with, the first name I would say was Mani sir. I think it's also because when I was very young, I saw a film of his and I literally just pointed and said, that's what I want to do. I was so determined in my head, and I didn't know I wanted to be an actor. I didn't know anything. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be Manisha Koirala and Bombay.
Okay.
So when I actually got it, I can't even describe that feeling to you. It's like a wish coming true.
True.
And it gives you that thing to believe in your dreams, to believe in your wishes. It's a very childish thing to say, but it's true. I feel like everything is fairy dust and it can happen.
So I'm going to say your perception hasn't changed after
Oh my
becoming
God,
a Mani Ratnam heroine?
it's that and more.
Exactly.
Because there, before you work with him, you have an idea of what it is. You have an idea of his films. You have an idea of who he is. You follow his cinema, and there's a kind of awe. But then when you actually work with him, it's tangible, and you're there, and you're experiencing it, and you're getting goosebumps, and you're absorbing, and you're learning, and you're discussing, and that kind of energy on set is, I can't even describe to you what it is. It's incredible. And Sir has the Madras Talkies, and the way that Sir works is a very small, tight family unit. So we're really, really a team. It's not like you're an AD, I'm an actor, he is the producer. Those boundaries are not there. You're people on set, and together with this kind of passion, you're making this film that you all believe in, and that you live that part, and you really value it and cherish it. Like I still literally weep sometimes when I say, shit, this film is over. And I used to beg, sir, 1 more day, please, 2 more days, patchwork, something. Karthi tells her, do something, please. I don't want to get out of this. It's a very difficult thing for an actor, because I never thought. I remember Karthi telling me this when we started. He said, I feel I get stuck in parts, or I feel very connected. And I was like, no, I switch on, then I'm monkeying around on the side. And I do that, I still do that, but somehow my heart is still in this film. And it's so strongly here that it's very special. I don't know how to say it, why it happened, how it happened, I have no idea, but it really feels special. And I'm very addicted. So I think that I need to do another film with song.
Coming to you, sir, from a junior assistant director to a Mani Ratnam hero, and your last film was Upri with Nagarjuna, sir. A totally different look. Being a Mani Ratnam hero, how does it feel right now?
Every director, they start telling a love story. The first thing they would say is, Mohanragam Karthik Madhu are the heroes. They start narrating. Like, that's an ideal character. And I think that's actually Mani sir. The way he is he can be cheerful, intelligent, not necessarily vocal all the time. But the way he understands stuff. So it's a quality that Mani sir has. And when you want to become a filmmaker or something, that's the films that have inspired you a lot and you want to learn from him. That's how I joined him and we wanted to work with him. And when I used to work with him, I was not a voracious reader. I was not great at writing. I'm somebody who could probably think visually, who could emote with it, who can empathize with things happening. And I thought that I could learn to become a filmmaker. I didn't have any qualities to become a filmmaker, but I thought I could sit and learn. And then discovered it's going to be a tough process. And then I had an opportunity to act, so I went out. And when I came back to Madras Talkies, and when he started calling me for this character, I think he's really given me a chance to learn again. Like how I learned right at the beginning. This is again a point in my career where he's giving me an opportunity to showcase a different side of me completely. The way I look, the way I could perform. And so he just put me again in another course or another degree where I have to come out of it. It wasn't easy, I would say, because it's really challenging, and I can't feel awkward about how I look. I have to be confident. You're trying to be a fighter pilot who's one of the creamiest of the Air Force. So all this has to be exhibited in even a normal scene, not necessarily. It's not a war film; it's a love story. Correct. But still, in a normal scene, you have to see that the glory that's behind a fighter pilot in a scene. So these are all very, very challenging for me, and I would say the sir has actually put me into another course where I've learned new stuff.
Okay. So, do you see being an AD initially has and watching other actors performing in a Maniratnam sir's movie has helped you in this movie?
No, I didn't take any cues for any performance.
Okay.
No reference for this particular character. I would say when I think of this character, I saw probably a Mel Gibson playing it or a Kevin Costner playing it, or an, you know, probably even DiCaprio playing it. That's how I could envision the kind of style that he had written for the character. And I was wondering, how would I pull it off? That's how I envisioned this character. But I felt the attitude or the coolness that all these actors carry in a film. That's what I wanted to bring to this character. And I think Manisar also expected the kind of coolness or confidence that you would see in an officer. That he wanted. So I didn't have any reference because there are no films about fighter pilots except for Top Gun.
Correct.
But the scene completely changes when it comes to India.
Okay.
Then you have to. I met some officers, spent a day with them, and whatever I picked up from the way they talk about the job, the pride they have, the danger that they face every day. They just face danger and they have so much pride over it. Those were the cues for me.
Nice. Coming back to you, ma'am. Like your past few movies have been, in snowy regions. So how important is it, or how have you dealt with extreme conditions? Like he mentioned in the audio launch, it was extreme conditions, and I read a few previous interview where he had mentioned how he cooperated previously, pretty nicely. So
He's just sweet. I miss my job to do that, but I always say that in my past life, I must have taken a blanket away from some shivering person because I'm always shooting in very cold weather in very few clothes or very thin clothes. So
Okay.
must have done something. But okay, jokes apart, it's of course it's tough, but just generally being an actor, you're very vulnerable and you're very that's how it is. That's what we enjoy.
Okay.
And between action and cut, you are so there, you're so loving that moment. It's like, that Enid Blyton book, Magic Faraway Tree. It's like that. It's like magic. And it's so beautiful, that space. It's such a secure, happy, wonderful place where just time just stands still and you just want you to go on and on. That action and cut, just that bit. It's really amazing. And then when cut happens, then you're like dying, you can't move, your face is frozen, your fingers are going blue. But somehow magically, in that period, nothing happens to you. You're like comfortable, you're feeling the moment.
Between the cut,
Yeah.
action and the cut.
After that, it's death. But again, jokes apart, when you have a really amazing team, I don't think these things really matter. Also, I think for both of us, that dream, at least for me, and I know for Karthi also, that the thing of working with Mani sir is outweighs any kind of small, minute discomfort that you may have had. It's really like in the larger scheme of things, what is a little cold? Really, you're getting to be in this amazing story, you're getting to play this character, you're getting to live this part. It's such a blessing that what is that little discomfort in the face of that. So honestly, that's how I think both of us felt. Apart from that, there were people keeping us warm. It was not the wild. It wasn't some wild situation. But yeah, it was.
Could you tell us about your role, sir? We know that you're a fighter pilot, and could you just get in some more details, some more insights about your role?
No, what I observed and learned was if you're a military officer and you're put into danger whenever you go for an operation. But when it is an air base or as you're a pilot, even a training process is just brisk because you're at sky and you're doing drills which are unimaginable at unimaginable speed. So naturally, you're putting yourself into danger every single day of a training, and you're training for that one single day when you're going to actually be required to use that skill. So you're training all your life for that one chance where you're going to probably hit the target or you have to do a particular mission. So I felt that you need to have a different level of grit or tenacity to be a fighter pilot, knowing there is danger every single day. And it is not an easy thing to do. There are about 72 parameters that you have to control in a fighter jet. Um, so all these are behind, but you have to show this in front in a normal life scene or a situation. And I'm sure all the kind of training that you go through will have a toll on the way you understand life, the way you look at life, the way you look at relationship. And that's what we're trying to explore in this film. It's a relationship-based film. It is not a plot-driven film. It's a character-based film, and how these characters are dictates how their life is going to go and explore. So that way, it's a very explorative, innovative way that we came up with performances every single day. And this is an officer who served in the Air Force for 10 years. So that's a kind of maturity sir wanted from me. Okay. And I couldn't be boyish. I had to be a man. These are the elements what sir expected from me. And after that, it is about being emotional, being in that moment, and deliver it.
Sure. Ma'am, what about your role as doctor?
Um, so she's actually just finished her MBBS and this is her first job. So it's, you have dreams in your eyes, you're idealistic. You're going to a place that is strife ridden. There's a whole life waiting in front of you. There's that, you don't know what is in store, yet you want a certain thing, etc. I mean, I don't want to reveal anything because it's too linked to the story. But it's that thing of having dreams in your eyes and yet not being sure of what you're going to be faced with. And here is a girl who's going into a general hospital, and so I think what I was sent to the hospital here, to Apollo Hospital, and I spent time in the emergency ward. I spent time meeting different kinds of doctors because, again, doctors have this very amazing balance between being very nurturing and being very empathetic, but at the same time, they have to maintain a distance. They can't get emotionally involved. I am fully the opposite. I'm like involved there, feeling if somebody else has got a one cut, I am dying with pain and I'm crying. So I'm like useless like that. So, and I wanted to be a doctor. Imagine, thank God I didn't. For me, I think just understanding that little bit, and then from there's a love story. So, there is that dignity in the two professions. It's not just two ditzy people running around, it's like being sort of ditzy. There is this truth, the real, and Manisa writes like that, right? It's so real. And it's so amazing that you don't feel odd doing anything because it's so natural. Like that scene finished, now that it's so natural to do the next. And it's so natural what is coming out of your mouth, even though I don't know the language, that what I'm feeling or what I'm saying or what the person is saying to me, what Karthi's character is saying to me, it just feels so natural to respond a particular way. So I think that the preparation was more in the language because I don't know. And just these few things about being a doctor, a certain kind of confidence, a certain kind of almost compensating for being a rookie doctor. You're new in your field. So there's a certain kind of, you try to be a little more sorted than you actually are dying inside. So like things like that was a preparation. But in the relationship drama, because Sir writes relationships so beautifully, and you always wonder, how does he know? Like Leela, like I feel quite similar to Leela in many ways. Not the doctor part of it, but the girl part of it. And I feel like, how does he know that one would do that? How does he know a girl would feel like that? How does he know that? But he just knows. And which is why for the relationship part of it, it really felt natural. It felt very organic. The love story part of it was very. It was amazing just being there. Also, then you have an amazing actor in front of you. I hadn't seen any of Karthi's work. I just knew he was this amazing actor and he was a big star and he was a very nice guy. And this is what I knew. And I purposely didn't. I would hear people talking about Parthiveeran and Thora and his movies, and I just decided I'm not going to watch anything because for me he's Karthi, he's VC, and I just wanted that bond, that clean, pure bond, and I'm so happy that this is actually probably the first time that's happened to me because all the other actors I've known, like whoever I've worked with in Bombay, it's the first time that it was so different and it was so nice to work like that. And then I went and watched Parthiveeran and I was blown. and it's true because during shoot, when you have an amazing actor in front of you, they make you look better. So, and then you have Mani sir directing, and then you have Ravi sir with the camera. It's magic, and you have a dream team. Really, you just have to be there 100%. That is what you have to do, and just feel. And it's just amazing to be in that situation. I feel very blessed actually with this experience.
coming back to you, what are you taking back from this role? What have you learned? As an AD, you obviously learned a lot from Mani sir. Is there anything that he has taught you with this role? What are you taking back from this role?
No, first thing is I was able to lose weight and look different, which was a big challenge for me always. That I always said that if I was doing a boxing film or if I was doing a military officer, I would lose weight for the film. That's what I would say when people come and ask me, "Where did you lose weight?" I said, "Give me. Why should I lose weight? Tell me, give me something inspiring." And actually, it came my way, and that's one thing on the health side or the physical side that I also felt that I could show a transformation, like what I did for Kashmora, where I could appear and behave like an entirely different person. Again, I got an opportunity in this film, and having completed it in front of Mani sir gives me all the more confidence that I can do any role. Given a challenge that probably I could take up, work on it, do my research, and do. Just giving me a bit more of confidence about my craft. And another thing is that you could be more subtle in the way you communicate, but that's subject to directors. Each director wants his character being loud or being subtle, completely different. But this gives me, pushed me into something which nobody would imagine me doing it. And he actually was by my side, helping me discover it and completing it. He was with me throughout. So I actually done something which is challenging for me, which is totally unique for me, which is new to me. And I was able to do it and come out of it, which is always a confidence boost for you. Like when you complete your thesis, you feel like, okay, if I put my mind into it, even I can do a thesis. It gives you confidence about yourself. That's the kind of confidence I've got from this film. And a lot of new fans from this film that I was able to reach out to a much younger crowd, were very picky and critical, and still I was able to catch their attention. Of course, it's because of Mani sir's visuals and stuff, but I was able to fit in that frame. So that's a bigger confidence that I'm gaining for myself.
So are you going to maintain this look, or are you looking to?
It depends on the character that you do.
True.
It completely depends. I'm doing cop, so for that you need to be a little bit more bulky, where you can, but I have to bash up 10-15 guys at one go. So very typical to a film. And I think most of us have been inspired by Kamal sir. And he tries to fit himself into the role, look like the part. I like doing that. So
how difficult was the diet? Any major sacrifices that you had to make?
Yeah, there's no carbs, and mostly it's liquids, and whatever weather it is, you have to work out every day. It's nice, but it all that helps you to be that officer.
At the end of the day, it comes to the character.
Yeah, because when you look at these officers, the amount of danger they put themselves to, it's stunning. And so if I have to at least show 10% of what they're able to do, I'll be happy. So I think there's very little I could do for it.
Did you get to fly a plane?
Yeah, I did.
How was the experience?
Not a jet, but a
Yeah.
glider. Absolutely.
What about you, ma'am? Like, what are your next things in your pipeline, if you could just tell us?
After this, I'm currently shooting a film called Bhumi.
Okay.
It's a father-daughter story. Bhumi is the name of the girl that I'm playing. And it's Sanjay Dutt's comeback. So
Oh.
he's playing my father in the film. And actually, it's quite amazing working with him.
Okay.
Very different from this, of course. So Umang Kumar is
Is it
directing.
Ranbir, right? Is it Ranbir Kapoor, right?
No. That's the Sanjay Dutt biopic.
Biopic. Okay.
This is
with
Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt
Yes,
himself. Oh, okay.
No, Ranbir can't play my father. I don't think so.
No,
Sanjay Dutt is playing my father. So it's Sanjay sir's film.
Okay.
Umang Kumar is the director.
Okay.
He made Mary Comments. So that's where I'm shooting currently in Agra. So and then I'm doing Padmavati opposite Ranbir with another Sanjay sir, Sanjay Leela Bhansali. So these are the two things I'm doing just now. And then I don't want this film to get over, but it's releasing on the 7th of April. So somehow we can make a part 2, do something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all kinds of things to convince sir to not finish.
I think that's
Yeah.
more over. Thank you so much for your time.